Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Ben Clymer. I'm Audra Martin. The Minnesota Wild were hoping to make it a perfect 4-for-4 on this road trip against Eastern Conference teams. Unfortunately, a tired Minnesota team could not get the job done against the Boston Bruins, who came into this one on a 4-game win streak. The Wild held off the score sheet for the third time this season.
Yeah, the Boston Bruins certainly knew that the Minnesota Wild were coming in tired with a few less hours of sleep than they would have preferred. The Boston Bruins preyed upon that fact in the first period, and it was awfully tough for the Minnesota Wild to rebound.
Here's a look at tonight's final stats. Tuukka Rask getting the shutout tonight, turning away all of Minnesota's 24 shots. This was tough when it comes to special teams. It's the first time this season that it was goose eggs on both ends of special teams when they've had more than one opportunity. Fortunately, that's been a trend here for Minnesota, 1 for 22 on the power play since losing Matt Dumba. But overall, a successful road trip as the Wild pick up 6 of a possible 8 points.
Oh, it was a successful road trip, but I mean, you always want to win every game you play. I mean, if it was if we had lost the first game in Toronto and won the last 3, we'd be, doing cartwheels right now. But you could tell that there was a little bit of fatigue, and they had a good game plan. They came out right after us, and when they scored the first couple goals, when you're a tired team, you just sometimes don't have that energy to come back.
So here's a look at the next 3 for the Wild. It's time to return home, where they will take on a Central Division foe in the Winnipeg Jets on Thursday, followed by 2 first-time meetings up first with the Detroit Red Wings and then the Philadelphia Flyers. Of course, that matchup on Monday means a reunion with Chuck Fletcher. But first things first, the Winnipeg Jets, we all know a very talented team, one of the top teams in the league, but good news for Minnesota. It's a team that they've beaten twice already this season, keeping their high-octane offense to just 3 goals in those 2 games. Hopefully that is a trend that continues.
Well, it will have to be a trend because they have plenty of scoring opportunities up and down that lineup, and also a unique mix on the back end as well. 5 of the 6, I would say, are really rock-solid NHL players. This is a team pointed towards the postseason. The Minnesota Wild hopefully will be rested for that game, but will be able to walk out of that game having a pretty clear understanding of where they stand.
Unfortunately, tonight the shutout ends the Wild's 3-game win streak. They will look to get back in the win column on Thursday. Next game for us will be on Saturday against Detroit, so we hope to see you then. For Ben Clymer, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us tonight on Wild Breakaway.